right. Welcome back in. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
The happiest man on planet Earth is on my right. This is Mark Elfenbein. I'm Will Chambers. Great to have you with us again. Another episode here of The Lounge with Elf and Willy on August 1.
Is it August?
2019.
Wow.
Yes.
You know what that means? School starts and football's around the corner, baby.
I am so far removed from being in school and then not having kids, being a rare thing, being, 40 and not having any kids, that the school thing is actually the furthest thing from my mind. It's almost like I have had the Bears schedule up on my fridge for 2 months.
Are you marking things off? Like WL,
I will.
WL?
Every year. I do that with that and the Kentucky schedule.
The only reason I know that schools is starting because I still live near school.
Yeah.
And now, earlier than usual, the school zone counts. And if you get a ticket...
right.
If you get a ticket in a school zone...
That's not good.
You're dead. And so that's the only reason I know, because I went today. I'm driving past my house, and I see all the cars in the school parking lot, and I saw a cop sitting right there, and I went, "Hello there, officer."
Just a little courtesy.
Hi.
I'm one of those that'll the nod of the cap.
Yeah, you always think if you're friendly, "How's it going?"
Yeah.
55, right?
Or always, "Danny, are you I'm one of those that I used to drive around my hometown in Fort Thomas, and even when you wouldn't know people, because people would always be just walking all the time and have no clue who these people are. Honk, Steve, good to see ya.
All right, let's be honest. We're all honest here, right? Telling the truth. How many times in your life, if you can count them, where you're driving and all of a sudden you look in your rearview mirror and you see the lights go on? Have you tried to outrun them?
Never.
Never?
But close.
Oh, I've done it at least 2 times.
Wait a minute. Wait. You have gone on a high-speed chase?
No, it's not a high-speed chase. If you're in a neighborhood, and you know the area, I mean, I'll speed up and I'll turn on one street, then I'll go
with them directly behind you?
They're not directly behind me. I see them turning around behind.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I have done that once.
Okay, because you know they've turned around.
Yes.
And you're going, "Oh crap, they're not coming after me." And I'm like, "You ain't catching me this time."
Right.
And I'm like, I'm cutting through this alley. I'll shut my lights off. I park in somebody else's driveway, and I'm like, "Baruch atah Adonai."
Yeah, I know. I did it when my father lived in Anderson Township in Cincinnati, and I went to school where my mom, my stepdad lived in Fort Thomas, Kentucky.
Right.
So right across the river, 20 minutes. In my junior year, I was living with my dad, and so I was driving, 20 minutes home from school. And so one of the ways through was through this neighborhood called Markley Farms to get over into Fox Woods. And I am going easily 35 in a 25, maybe closer to 40. And I look over at a police officer and this is just in a neighborhood, so the police officer is in the driveway of on somebody's driveway.
Okay.
And I look over and we lock eyes. And this guy had this Acura Legend that was a stick shift, like a V6 stick shift.
Okay.
And I drop it and I'm out. I am gone. And I could tell, he he got in and he reversed it fast out of the driveway, but I had a good head start. Boom, left on Markley. Boom, right on Fox View, and I am as fast as I can go in this little neighborhood. I probably got up to 50 miles an hour, but I'm going through neighborhoods, a little area, and I hit before coming down to the stop sign, my dad's house is right here. I hit the garage door to, open it, and I fly up, and I go into the garage door, nail the garage door, and it's coming down, and I pop out of the car, and I look out of the windows, out over on the Fox View, and I'm like, and he comes, whoom, like that. I got by fast enough that he did not see me pull in for the top. But he goes flying by. He didn't even try to stop at the stop sign. He is coming after that blue Acura Legend.
Have you ever had it where you're on the highway? And I've had this once because I used to travel quite a bit. And I pass a cop. I don't know if he passed me, whatever it was. He comes up, pulls up to me. And I look over. You don't want to look over, right?
Yeah.
You just want to pretend like everything's good. And I look over and he just goes,
"Yeah,
55."
Oh.
And I went,
"Yes,
yes, sir,
yes, sir."
And he took off.
Yes, sensei.
And I was like, "Oh my God, I got away with one."
My uncle did in St. Louis. This was good. He's 3-lane highway. he's going and he's pissed off, as we all do when you've got the left lanes and nobody's moving past, right?
Some schmuck is going.
So my uncle is a little bit, I would say, it can be a little jumpy on the highway, a little bit impulsive. So he rips, he's got a truck at this point, rips it onto the shoulder to go past the person in the right lane.
Right shoulder?
The right shoulder.
That's not good.
When he starts to pass, he realizes why the 3 cars have not jockeyed for position to move on, because there's a cop right in front. So what does my uncle do? He pulls the, shoots the hood up. Like he was pulling over to do that. Cop pulls over, he's like, no bueno. One that did help me get away with it, flew by a cop going 85 in a 65 on my way home from Lexington up to Cincinnati on 75. Came right around a corner, burning, and went right by a cop. Like, I pulled right over and just waited. 85, I mean, he's coming over to pull me over. I pulled over, I was like, well, I mean, he's going to get me.
Yeah.
Whatever. I pulled right over, and he's like, I got you. And I was like, oh, yeah. He's like, pretty slick move. And I was like, look, it's coming downhill a little bit. I mean, I was speeding. I didn't mean to be going as fast as he's like, all right, look, you're getting a warning here. And I'm like, boom!
I love warnings.
Love them.
You ever gotten don't they know who you are?
Yeah. Well, my hometown, Fort Thomas, is not. I got pulled over when I got back from college for not doing anything wrong.
Uh-huh.
They're like, oh, saw your car. Just wondering what you were doing home. I'm like, no, I have not had anything to drink. Thank you. These cops in Fort Thomas were all about, this is zero crime in Fort Thomas. So all they ever did was bust high school parties. Oh, shit. So they knew all of us. So they, used to bust our high school parties. And so, that's how we basically knew. I knew the police department because one of the cops, Officer Dill, was a coach on the football team too. And it's a small town. But getting pulled over after coming back, like my freshman year over Christmas break, I was like, really? I mean, it's 12:30 at night. I'm like, you guys, you gotta figure out something to do better than this. By the way, what did we just go on a tangent there?
That's fun.
The Lounge with elfandwilly.com is a place where you can get in touch with basically where we're at everywhere. iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and Spotify. We've got the links there for you. Thank you so much for downloading and subscribing. You can find us on social media. You can find us both on Facebook. You can find him on Twitter at IamElf, at BroadcastWilly, Instagram at ElfBacon, at YourBigWilly. And I always spell it with a Y.
Extra crispy.